parenting we just get started. The grandparenting gig is a great policy.
Yes, the lowest form.
Yeah. The great. It's like a really good gig. Like
Give the thing back.
yeah, like my father. The thing that's nice. Yeah, my father-in-law will pick the kids up from school today. Took them to McDonald's, a playground, like I don't know, sugar it up and just like then drop down my house.
And there you go.
Yeah, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'm up.
Yeah, he's like, see you later.
Crash and burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. See how it goes. 1 minute more.
All right.
Don't do it. Snuck in the door. I think we have 1 minute and then we can start. And we have one of our panelists.
That show wasn't part of it there. Why is it there? Is that no hurdles?
It's 7 o'clock. Should we get started?
Sure.
We're recording.
Yes.
All right, welcome everyone. I'd like to call this meeting of the Madison Planning and Zoning Commission Thursday, September 18th, 2025 to order at 7 p.m. We have present tonight, we have Janet Peckinpah and John Morgan zooming in. Max Caroon, Mike Bugda, Bob O'Connor, Andy Rubin, John Duza, and Bob Reinhardt, and myself, Carol Snow, chair. So why don't we just get started with our first application, which is 25-22. It's a coastal site plan application for 105 Hartford Avenue. Map 78, zone R4, the owner Dorothy W. and Donald B. Budnick, trustees. Dorothy W. Budnick, 2012 QPR Trust, 12/12/2012. And the applicant presenting, I believe, is Thomas A. Stevens, an associate. Coastal site plan application to construct an in-ground pool with hot tub, surrounding patio, removal of rear second floor balcony, and construction of a new expanded second floor deck, which is 2 inches by 7 feet, and new patio and walkway along the western side of the house. So could I invite the applicant?
Chuck Mandel is here from Stevens and Associates.
Great. Well,
Chuck, can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you everyone hear me clearly?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
I
in
have the site
Sacramento.
too.
I'm in Sacramento right now, so it's long distance. Sorry.
Great.
So tonight we're before you. So the closest part of this application to the coastal resource is the swimming pool. I guess if Erin puts it on the plan, that'd be ideal.
It's
We
coming up.
did. Yep, perfect. So we did receive a comment checklist from DEP today, I believe. It was fairly de minimis comments. It was really just to make sure the silt fence and erosion control measures are in place. You can see along the southern edge, we do show the silt fence line. It's at the very top of a modified escarpment. And I had to look that up a couple of times. Escarpments, bluffs, cliffs, they all seem to be almost the same definition. A modified escarpment has some human activity on it. So I believe there are some plantings there, but we're not proposing anything now. You can see that little, I guess that's an orange colored square just north of the pool attached to the house. That's where the activity is going to, that's where the deck is going to be. And there's really not much else to say about this. It's on a fairly flat area and they want to put a pool in. There's going to be no disturbance to the coastal resource. And that's also verified by the coastal checklist that was sent to us by Jason Hale today.
I provided some staff comments to the commission as well as to the applicant. One question that we had, Chuck, is the patio, this is a pervious, like a paver patio around the pool, or is this all concrete?
I believe it's pervious, Erin. I am not sure, but we are increasing the impervious surface area by about 1,000 feet. And I think the pool is the majority of the imperviousness. I thought Duo was going to be here today to explain something, but he's not. So I do not have the answer to that. I apologize for that.
Yeah, check the narrative, I think, says that it's 1,305 square feet increase in impervious coverage, of which 476 square feet is the pool. So the pool is like a third of it.
A third of it. Okay. I'm sorry. Yep.
But, yeah, it would be helpful to know what that patio surface is, because the narrative seems to imply it's impervious.
Which would then result in just is sheet flow from stormwater.
Yeah,
The,
Correct. Yep. It's all lawn between that and the pool. So and we did do soil testing there for the septic, and it's all sand underneath there. So it would infiltrate very quickly. Yeah.
make sure you're not getting granite outcropping or anything. And how, Chuck, do you know how deep the pool is going to be and how far down you're going to go?
Yeah, it's going to be 6 feet, I believe, at the deepest end.
So how far down do you have to dig to install a pool like that?
I imagine it would be another foot beyond that for the bottom of the concrete for the footings and such. So it'd probably be about 7 feet deep in there. A structural engineer will be involved in the construction of it.
and the materials for that, Chuck, are all going to be removed from site aside
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, there's actually very little room to store any, so it's going to be removed as we go.
Truck. And you included photos in the application of the existing landscaping at the top of the escarpment. All of that is remaining?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. There's no proposed changes to any of that landscaping along the top of the escarpment.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I did happen to kayak by there today.
Okay.
And so I saw from the water that, like from the beach, there's 2 steps with sort of decks or platforms. And then the highest point is where all the landscaping is.
Yeah.
I guess that leads into the yard. You said that there would be fill and it would be level then. So, which way would water run?
So if you look at the contours now, it's at the 23-foot contour. It runs along the silt fence. So that we are not changing the grading at all.
Because in the image that was provided, it looked a little bit like it slopes toward the water.
So there's no ponding, but it is minimal in there. We're not really showing it. We're not really showing much. You see some spot grades along there. So that's 24 and you're at like 23, 24. That's on the 24 contour.
This is the 24 contour here. So it's remaining at relatively the same grade.
Exactly. You can see the spot.
And I guess the major, like the bulge of the patio that goes toward the house would not drain toward the slope of the embankment or escarpment.
No, like I said, it's flat. And if you looked at the test pit information on there from the health department, like I said, it was all sand and gravel. There was really there was no restrictive layers at all in that.
And just to clarify, the modified escarpment, a modified escarpment is one that has been altered with some type of flood and erosion control structure. And so that's where the seawall is the modification to the escarpment.
Because they're faced with wood.
Yes.
It's a bulkhead.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Sheet pile, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
Just on the looking on the plans, the legend, the zoning requirements. The critical coastal resource setback is 50 feet. Currently it's 25 and the request is going to be 10.3.
So that's
So I don't understand why that was developed and what the impact would be.
the critical coastal resource setback is section 2.17 that I put in the staff report, and it only pertains to structures, which is defined as the building. there are exemptions for vertical expansions over existing footprint and decks. What was interesting about this, why we see why you have a couple versions of the plan, the existing balcony does not have any support posts. But a balcony is not listed in exemptions from the critical coastal resource in that 50-foot setback. And so it's kind of odd, I think, that it's not, because now we're requiring to have a footing put for a post where a balcony could have just been a projection from the building. So I think that's something to visit when we do our comprehensive update. But either way, in order to make this balcony expanded, it has been converted into a deck, this new one. So you'll see that there's a support post there. But that 10-foot setback that's shown on the zoning chart is from the pool, Bob, which isn't part of
Yeah, that's fine.
the section. So,
Okay, thank you.
and all of it is triggered currently under our regulations because the activity falls within 25 feet of the critical coastal resource.
And the pool size is such that it's not exempt. It's
Pools are not exempt from pools are not considered structures in the zoning regulations. And so they are currently exempt from the critical.
yeah, or under, actually, Aaron, I was looking at 25.2.1.2 in the regulations where it says up to 200 square feet it's exempt, but over that, coastal site plan application.
Correct. That's for an accessory structure, but anything, there are no exemptions within 25 feet in our current coastal regulations. So any sort of incidental patios, walkways, things like that, if they're within 25 feet, they're all subject to a coastal site plan now.
Got it.
And stay tuned, these will all change in October when the new statutory updates happen, and you'll be seeing a lot more coastal site plans.
Yeah, and another note: all these modern pools, none of them have backwash systems anymore. They're all cartridge. They don't do the backwash like the older style pools. So that's not an issue either.
And
That's always, yeah. Go ahead.
actually, to that point, Chuck, what's the purpose of the additional patio on the west side?
Here,
Just to get around, put some deck chairs on, I believe. That's all.
Okay, it's not for like pumping equipment and
Nope.
anything
Nope.
affiliated.
No.
Any other questions or comments? I mean, I would love to see a wooden deck or something else besides concrete around the pool as a patio. I think the house has some wooden decking on.
Aaron, do you have those pictures that they may show some of the decking on there? There was 3 photos on.
I mean, there can be, as long as it meets building code, that you can do pavers, like a dry lay paver. But pretty much they're gonna be impervious by the time everything's compacted.
Pervious or impervious?
Impervious, excuse me.
Yeah, that's typical. I mean, people call them pervious pavers, but over time, they get filled up with silt and they really become impervious. It's just some way people can call it impervious just to check that box.
Yeah, there's
This is the
porch
current.
decking under the overhang.
This is existing deck. That's gonna remain.
And see how the slopes down into the landscape?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a depression in this side here as well.
And there's no controls in place for runoff. And we don't know if it is pervious or impervious. And no impervious becomes,
They're saying impervious, yeah.
so we're putting a big. So
So currently, and that's another thing to look at, your stormwater regulations would exempt a single family house from some type of infiltration or so this will sheet flow as water currently does. And it does, I mean, there are portions that slope towards the water because
Yeah.
that's where it's going.
Right. So see.
I mean, presumably the landscaping that there also serves as anti-erosion,
It should.
both for big storms and also.
Yeah, good luck.
big water.
And that slope, those escarpment, those are naturally eroding bases. And that's essentially how deep wants to keep them, where, you know, with a living shoreline as far as that.
Right, right. Although, Aaron, there's so much hard surface too. I mean, it's wood, but and it goes up to a flat, sort of flat deck, and then another step, and then another flat deck, and then up.
Yeah, there's several houses in that. We did one not that long ago, 2 doors down or 1 door down. That was the same.
It's right
That
next to it.
came, yeah, that
Yep.
came before the commission with, it was sort of a hybrid of, hardening of that slope and plantings.
Yep.
To
Yep.
satisfy deep's requirement.
And the elevation, Chuck, how high is the yard, where the pool is going above?
Yeah, it's going to be flat. It's going to be right against there. So
Oh,
it's gonna be flush.
Is how high is it above the beach level? I think
Yeah, if you go back to that, it might be. Yeah, there.
about
14
or 12.
Yeah, we're at elevation 6. The beach is roughly 8
8, yeah,
to
that's what I got
6,
there,
and the yard is at 24.
which keeps it above flooding.
It's all outside of the flood
Yeah.
hazard area. Yes.
Yeah.
The flood line comes through below the seawall.
Yeah,
I can show you that again.
Saw
if you
that.
want. Did you see it? I can show you.
unless we have really big waves.
Yeah,
Here's
Tsunami,
right.
earthquake.
takes a minute.
Yeah, and that modified escarpment is heavily vegetated.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and they are not pervious. That's impervious. I think the new stormwater regulations actually consider everything impervious now, like as Aaron alluded to, it's considered impervious.
Any other questions or comments? In that case, could I have a motion, which we have a draft version of?
I'll provide the motion.
Do you want to go ahead and read it?
Sure.
Thank you.
Following draft resolution is offered. The Madison Planning and Zoning Commission approves an application of CS 105 Hartford Avenue, map 12, lot 78, zone R4. Dorothy W. and Donna D. Butnick, trustees, Dorothy W. Butnick, 2012, QPR Trust, 12/12/2012. Applicant Thomas A. Stevens and Associates, coastal site plan application to construct an in-ground pool with hot tub and surrounding patio, removal of rear second floor balcony and construction of new expanded second floor deck, 12 foot, 2 inches by 7 foot, and new patio and walkway along western side of the house as shown on coastal site plan prepared Dorothy W. and Donald B. Budnick, trustees, by Thomas A. Stevens and Associates Incorporated, dated August 21st, 2025, revised to August 26th, 2025, and architectural drawings, quote, proposed deck, end of quote, by Duo Dickinson Architect, sheet SK, dated September 1st, 2025, with the following conditions. 1, that the zoning enforcement officer be notified at least 48 hours prior to commencement of any regulated activity. 2, that all erosion and sedimentation controls be installed prior to any site disturbance and be maintained for the duration of construction activities and until the site is sufficiently stabilized to the satisfaction of the zoning enforcement officer. And 3, all stockpiles shall be located beyond 25 feet from the critical coastal resource. In the event that changes to the approved plans are required as a result of other agency permitting to support the proposed activity, the Madison Planning and Zoning Commission reserves the right to review said changes and may require modification of this approval. The Commission finds the proposal consistent with applicable goals and policies in the Coastal Management Act and Section 25 of the Madison zoning regulations. The applicant's efforts to maintain adequate soil and erosion control during construction activities reduces potential impacts to on-site and adjacent coastal resources. The commission recommends that the property owner utilize DEEP's best management practices for pool water discharge should the need to drain the pool arise in the future. The effective date of this approval is October 3rd, 2025.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Bob O'Connor? Any further discussion? Janet, John, any discussion, questions?
Nothing from me.
Nope, I'm good.
Take a vote, all in favor? It looks unanimous. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Chuck.
Thank you very much. I'll see you at the next, not the next one, but the third application.
Hold tight, Chuck.
Okay.
Next on the agenda, we have 25-2360 Hotchkiss Lane, map 18, lot 45, zone R4, owner Windward of Madison LLC. Applicant Daco Sound Engineering Associates. Coastal site plan to repair and modify the shoreline, construct stairs to grade an outdoor fire pit area. We open it up to the applicant.
Good evening. My name is Tim DeBartolomeo with DACO. And I'm here to, I don't know, Aaron, is it easy? Do you want to?
I can
on
screen
screen?
share,
Yeah,
sure. I'll put
I
the
brought-
site plan up.
Sort of old school way, but it might be just easier. Walk. With it on screen. So let me see.
Okay, there, and with the screen.
The screen.
Screen.
Yeah, screen's better.
Okay.
It's still working. I don't think so. It won't. Anyway, so this is 60 Hotchkiss Lane, and this is the work is to finish off work that had been previously authorized and never really completed. This is a modified escarpment that has been needed to be repaired. It's if you Aaron, if you scroll down to the bottom of the page there's existing conditions here where this is having eroding and it's being eaten away here with the when there's some storms here, and we have some salt tolerant vegetation that's existing that's in jeopardy of going away. So the plan here is to add more armoring to the face of this. That's really the bulk of the job. That's what it is. In doing so, scroll up, the owner is looking to add some access to get down onto the beach. So we have some steps here. We have a cut section through where the steps are, but basically it's a set of steps that get through the stone, get her down to the beach. This area, yeah, yeah, there you are, right there. It's okay. So this is steps laid into the armoring here, and some additional armoring on either side of the steps. Okay, but and if you just go back up to the main plan a little bit, this site also has a steel sheet pile bulkhead in front of it, and it's a combination. So it stops over here, and then the escarpment picks up right over here. During our review and design of this, we happened upon a non-compliance matter. It's as a fire pit that was installed, and we would like to bring this into compliance now. This didn't have a permit, but we're asking for it to be approved as part of this work. We're going to do some modifications to it, but not make it any larger. But we're going to be putting some plantings around it to help mitigate that non-compliance. So that's the whole story right there. I can answer any questions.
What is the nature of the armory? What is it you do?
It's stone. It's large stone.
It's
Like
large.
granite
Yeah, it's
boulders.
large. Yeah, granite boulders. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, angular. You want angular stuff, not rounded material, but something that will dissipate wave energy.
Okay.
So I included and shared with the applicant some staff comments on the project and highlighted the 2015 application that came before the commission. And that was roughly about the time that the house was built.
It was the time, yeah, I think.
I think the house was a separate application and then they came back for the stairs and the modification of the escarpment. And at the time, the area showed, and you can see by the photos that the area where the dune grass or where the fire pit is proposed was vegetated with dune grass and was really protected during that construction process. And so that I wanted to bring that both to the applicant's attention and yours, and to see if that's, I mean, those native grasses is not, it's a nice buffer that was
Yeah.
provided from the manicured lawn.
So, yeah, the
area.
applicant's willing to put more plantings in the property, you know, as to mitigate that
Yeah,
non-compliance.
I wanted to back up to that
Yeah.
2015 application. Do you know if there was some storm damage or some drainage components to be installed in this area?
The yard drain,
Yeah,
there is an existing yard drain shown on,
It is what manhole.
yeah, is there a mantle on the plan there?
this is a yard drain here.
Where are you pointing, Erin?
Oh, can you?
Photos of that.
It looked like it was
She's pointing right here.
Is
It's a yard drain, top of frame.
Are you talking
14.5.
about stormwater for the house?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I wanted to go back. Actually, if you could pull up the
To the
2015 plan,
2015?
just so we can see. I'm just curious. I'm kind of curious how much got done in 2015 or anything, if anything.
So
Because
we
that
were
was-
not involved with the construction of the dwelling,
I understand.
part of the project.
yeah.
We were just part of, we designed the new bulkhead in 2015 and.
Oh, so you were part of that design in that application?
Yes, well, not me personally. In fact, it was before my acquisition of Gotham. So.
It's before any of us were on the committee.
Yeah,
So
okay. So I really,
Predates all.
I'm playing catch up on this myself and so your questions, I really couldn't answer.
yeah, I guess I'm just trying to understand like how critical is the
Oh, the
dune grass buffer, which is above the metal, you know, the sheet metal.
It's all up high, but the idea of the bulkhead and the armory is to
Yeah.
protect that.
Got it.
Right, so,
Right.
so we don't lose it. And so we're trying to protect it. Now, of course, yeah, the applicant did remove some of it.
They did.
So-
Yeah, so that's what we're
So,
also trying to
so,
understand.
so if it's a matter of replenishing what was removed, the applicant's happy to do that. She'd like to keep her fire pit if possible. So that's really what
How
we're,
can they replenish it if the fire is there? 'Cause That's
we can add more around it,
Where?
Here's,
you know,
Behind it?
behind it and around the fire pit.
I think you're referring to stormwater
Yeah,
infiltrators.
that's what I was saying.
Those are for the roof leaders of the house. So
Right.
that was to manage the,
So that's not you, I understand, but we have to assume it's there, right, Erin? That it was done?
yes, this project was CO'd the house. I'm
Yeah.
assuming at the time of issuing the final zoning compliance
Yep.
that the improvements were installed as per approved plans.
Because I couldn't see
Um,
any manhole.
In the yard, you may not see
It could
it
be
with
covered.
grass covered.
Yeah, yeah.
That's usually just an overflow,
Mhm.
the manhole that you would see.
But it's within, I think it's within the flood zone. I was reading that
Yeah.
Uh,
correctly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. So the question, and this is, you're not really seeing. Although this drawing doesn't really show.
our drawing shows where the flood zone is. You might be able to.
Yeah, and this drawing doesn't really show where the sheet pile is either. So it's a little bit harder to look at this older
Flood zone.
map. The flood zone is
Not
shown.
far from the shoreline. It's only, it's, you know, there's.
You're showing it behind the existing.
Yeah.
It is in the grass.
It's in the grass,
Yeah,
so.
grass meaning lawn.
Yes.
Yes, not the dune grass.
Right,
This is flood zone X up here. I think it may.
And again, what's the height?
so you have the,
Flood zone VE down here.
yeah, and this is X, so you're out of the flood zone completely over here. Okay,
The elevation is.
it's around 14, so yard drain at 14.5
17.
and 17 up here. Okay. So It does slope, it does slope down this
The
way.
steel bulkhead is how high?
It's at top of bulkhead is around 14.2 here. Yeah, here's 15, slopes down a little bit, 14.2 over there. This is 15 over here.
So I don't know.
And we have,
That's the elevation. This is the cross section
Yeah.
of the,
that's at the fire pit.
this is the proposed fire pit, yeah, with the seawall.
So it's just behind the steel.
Right.
bulk-
Yeah, right.
Yeah, can you speak to the concrete, is that a reinforcement of the seawall here?
It's
to
behind the
support-
steel.
Yeah, behind the steel.
You can see it in the photos.
This is new,
It's
Is it new? Because if you look,
new concrete backfill over 75 plus or minus square feet here.
yeah,
Is that a reinforcement?
that is a reinforcement.
if you pull up the photos from 2015, you see some concrete behind the steel.
Okay, okay, but I'm just wondering why is that because of the,
So it has nothing to do with the fire pit. If there was any erosion of soil from wave action, that will help.
Mitigation.
Yeah, yeah. So that tends to happen when we get overtopping waves. This area can erode very easily.
could that have been eroded from the removal of dune grasses in the area?
I don't think so because that's. Can you go to the plan view?
It's right in front of it.
Yeah.
Dewgrass is meant to stop. My understanding is the dewgrass is meant to help stop.
The vegetation is.
Yeah.
where you plant
Yes.
those.
Well,
Yes.
if it is, then for whatever reason, there's some erosion back there that needs the concrete to place it. So, right now, there's no, it's protected from erosion by, by the concrete. That's really all I can offer.
What's the existing pit made out of that they went ahead and did?
It's stone,
Crushed stone or,
it's stone masonry, stone and mortar.
and is there a concrete platform already?
I believe it's there's a little seating area.
Stone or concrete sheet.
It's stone masonry, flat.
Carol, were you talking about inside it?
No.
Well, there aren't walls around it currently.
They went ahead, since the
I don't think so.
2015 application.
I don't-
which was.
I'm only seeing it from the aerial. That's why I'm, and it looks like Adirondack chairs.
Yeah, there's no walls around it,
They
right?
then went ahead
Took that
and
out.
put in a seating area. Non-compliant.
It's evident in the aerial photo in the memo.
Yes, but if you Google map it, you can see the area, you can see it, but we couldn't really tell what it was
Yeah,
made
it's
out
hard
of,
to
or,
find.
Stuff.
But
and how it may or may not have contributed to some of the erosion that you're now trying to correct.
Yeah.
I don't know, my instinct is to put the seating area up in the lawn and replant with beach grass, or you talked about a mix of different salt resistant plants and, what was the other grass? That, your switchgrass and bayberry and sand palms, that's beach.
All
lawn.
salt tolerant plants.
But I think the advantage of the dune grass was the deep roots that they have, and it was really established, it looked like in 2015. And now it's disrupted and further building is being requested. So
Well,
there's a big yard.
Is there a need
It's not a big yard.
if the
Wow.
seating area and the fire pit were moved up to the manicured lawn area further towards the house, is there still a need for reinforcement of the sheet pile?
well,
If it's replanted with,
we would replant it with the same stuff that's there now. So, quite frankly, it would be a matter of, she's here to get approval for this work, right?
Well, to have.
Let me
Yeah.
finish. Let me finish. She doesn't want this to encumber this approval. Okay? So if this has to go away, it'll go away. All right? That's really it. She's not going to put it up on the lawn. I already know that. It's just going to go away. So it's up to you guys to say if it's okay the way it is with some mitigation and she keeps her fire pit, that would be great. If she can't, she can't. That's where we are.
Okay.
All right.
That's
So, all right. It's much that we really need that other part work to be done. We don't want this to encumber. Right?
That's clear. That's fine.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? How about Janet and John? There we go.
I
You
don't
said there
have,
were stairs. You said there were already stairs there, right?
There's like, yeah, there's an
It looks
access.
like
Yeah,
there's-
there's stairs there now that are not safe.
I don't think they were fully done.
They're not.
They look
2015.
They look pretty. This is a modern overhead. And looks pretty like topped up.
They're not as safe as they would like them to be able to go down and have family walk down and access the beach. That was.
What exactly, Carol, is the seating area non-compliant with coastal statute?
So the activity to create that seating area would have required a coastal site plan.
And so now we're being asked to approve something in the same spot for something this work shouldn't be.
Right, so
Okay.
it was sort of a process of looking at previous permits on the property and seeing the condition of that dune grass buffer from the manicured lawn to the seawall. And so I wanted to bring that to your attention, that changed since the last time the commission had the opportunity to review the project and see if you felt that change is appropriate and consistent with the Coastal Act. We've had situations where both the commission and DEP has asked to reestablish dune grass for protective measures.
Yeah,
I will make another point that this did go to the DEP for review,
For
right?
NDDB.
Oh, well, we
Oh,
did that.
yes.
Right, but also under coastal site plan review, there was no comments back from the DEP.
We have not received comments
So.
Yet.
So that, right, but
so.
I mean, they saw this, they could see what's going on here and they did not have any comments as far as
So-
what.
Yeah, and this is on for receipt this evening, so it hasn't been the full 35-day referral to DEP. That is an option if the commission wanted to wait and hear comments from DEP prior to making a determination on the fire pit. The application, if the applicant's really looking forward to moving on the reinforcement of the escarpment, I think it's consistent with the previous approval, which we do have comments from DEP acknowledging that it's not considered a living shoreline. However, there were no adverse impacts
Right.
anticipated.
Yeah, and we did an NDDB review this afternoon and it came back negative, so that was very good.
Yeah, no time restrictions on construction activities or anything.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you-
I think,
you have the ability, Karen, just so
yeah,
to modify.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. First of all, I just wanted to read from the Coastal Management Act. The goal is to preserve and enhance coastal resources without significantly disrupting natural environment or sound economic growth. And we need to consider the impact of the rise in sea level, flooding, erosion. So I think that I'm fine with the reinforcing of the rocky portion and the stairs. I'm not comfortable with enhancing something that was never approved to begin with in an area that had a buffer of dune grass that seemed to be doing its job. So I would pull them apart and maybe if they still want to have that fire pit area
Separate request.
enhanced, come back again, and so we can have a chance or, see what Deep says so that we get some feedback from Deep.
So
Well, but I think, maybe you're saying what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. I would think that the removal of that current structure should be part of the approval.
Mhm,
If they want to put a fire pit in there, that should come back as almost a de novo application.
mhm.
Or it's causing the issue. If the applicant's already willing to just eliminate it to get the seawall, whatever it's called,
Stone wall
stone wall
reinforcement, yes.
fixed. That's where I'm at, is it's not, it shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
And we don't, it's not making things better, it's making things worse probably. And I don't think we need to ask Deep that. So I would say as part of the approval, remove that, fix the wall, and if we want to put a new one in, have different application. I'm assuming we can say that.
I think that's where we're all.
You have-
It's on this.
yeah, you have the authority to modify an application. In this case, because it was an authorized activity, you can make that a condition of approval to remove that and to revegetate that with dune grasses. Tim, do you have a time frame when, two questions, when this stonework is looking to get done? And two, are we still in the window for plantings for dune grass? Or does that something that has to wait for spring?
It's a great question. I don't know. I can't say I'm not a plant guy. Okay.
I'm trying to think.
I'm a structural engineer. Everyone knows.
When we pull
But
this.
I've been doing this, that's okay, but I've been doing this for long enough that I know that we are getting close to the end of planting season and we
Yeah.
probably, if they, if we move fast, it probably can be done. With,
That would be great.
a questionable whether it's success. I would say we could try and do dune grass this fall and you have an opportunity to spring. If something doesn't take to come back and do some more.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay?
what was done along Seaview,
Right.
Baron. Do you
So-
remember when they did a lot of work recently in the last year? or so?
Yes. So I think where I'm going with that is that there's some type of a deadline.
Mhm.
And when that deadline is most
Well, we
appropriate.
should find out, because sometimes grasses and things like that need to be planted in their dormancy. Like
Right.
trees, you don't plant trees in the summer, you plant them in the fall and you water them.
Yeah.
Well, this,
So, yeah, you
Yeah,
can
this
push
is-
it out. I mean,
I mean, they're like plugs, I think.
Yeah.
they're plugs. They are plugs and
Yeah.
it can be done. It can be done in the fall.
Yeah.
And I said, as long as there's not snow on the ground, you can do it. Okay?
So I'm like, either, but I'm just channeling my wife who is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd say we'd be,
she'll appreciate that.
ideally, we'd like to get this armoring work done.
Before the winter.
Yes, before the winter.
Yeah.
For sure.
So you're able to push this out and give some time into the growing season of 26 as well.
Yep,
Make
or both, yeah.
approval
Could
of
we,
the-
could we push out the fire pit till the spring?
That the completion of
Yeah.
the removal of the
Instead,
fire
instead of
pit
like
planting.
give them some time to remove it and then
Yeah.
they can also decide instead of make them remove it as a condition of. Cause I agree with everyone saying like you look at the overhead pictures, it does look like that fire pit went straight into where all the
The grass.
grasses are, but at the same time, like. You don't want to remove something and then
Yeah, we
accidentally
Leave a
have
big hole.
setback, but
Yeah.
we all of a sudden have a whole winter comes.
Right.
You have.
It's virtually being there, it is offering some level of.
Yeah.
Something.
Like,
But if you've got your equipment there, and can yank it out and replant, that would be great. I don't know.
that's best case.
It's on your sleeve, right?
So you can word a condition to say that the removal of the fire pit and the planting should occur
Coincidental.
exactly and no later than June 30th of 2026, something like that, where you're getting it now.
And leave it up.
You've
to you.
allowed an
Right.
opportunity for fall, and if the fall didn't work, then they push off the removal of that and the plantings until the spring.
Yep.
And then it's still tied
sounds
to
good.
your
Yeah.
approval.
That works.
Gives flexibility.
You don't want to cause more damage by.
One of our.
Exactly.
And wind is pretty brutal here, so.
We don't
give
want to
them
have a
time.
huge gash in the middle.
Yeah.
That works. That's a great suggestion.
Of course.
Aaron, do you want to try editing your
So
draft?
I have a draft. I'm not sure if I sent it out.
Getting the swirl here. Is everyone comfortable with that?
Sounds good.
So yes to the
Yes.
armor and the stairs
Makes sense.
to remove the existing. And they plan. June. So I guess we're modifying it this point. Approval with modification. I think I also saw in one of the narratives that there was concern about the damage done by Tropical Storm Irene, and then I realized Irene was 2011. So I think it was maybe part of
Part of the first application.
2015.
It might have been a carryover narrative.
And now we're still, we're still working on that.
So, so my predecessor started this application, Keith Nielsen. I don't know how familiar you folks are with. I know Aaron, you know Keith very well.
Come a couple times in.
He is still working for us part-time. We acquired the company in a couple weeks of the 2 years. So we have an office, keep the office in Mystic where DACO is. And we have an office in Fairfield.
So we're right in the middle for you.
I'm the one that goes back and forth, so.
Conveniently located.
Yeah.
in Mass.
companies do the same thing.
That,
You guys do more or less the same thing?
yes, we're very aligned. Well, yeah, yes, it's waterfront design everywhere. But now, so for 35 years, I've been doing it in, Fairfield and Westchester County. So now it's from the Hudson River to
All
the Rhode
eastern
Island border.
Building a monopoly.
Not quite, but
You'll get
good
there.
enough.
Just some draft language, that the fire pit area be removed and replanted with native green grasses. Removal and plantings shall occur coincidentally and occur no later than June 30th, 2026.
That sounds good. Okay, Bob Reinhardt, you're closer.
Sorry, my voice is a little shot.
Okay. We're gonna have.
You want me to make it bigger?
No, I'm gonna get close.
Draft.
My eyes work, it's my voice that's a little. Madison Planning and Zoning Commission approves and modifies application number 25-23. 60 Hotchkiss Lane, map 18, lot 45, zone R4. Owner Windward of Madison LLC, applicant Del Flynn. Coastal site plan to repair and modify shoreline, construct stairs to grade and outdoor fire pit area as shown on coastal site plan. Prepared for Windward of Madison LLC by Goffo Sound Engineering Associates LLC, dated August 29th, 2025, following conditions. That the zoning enforcement officer be notified at least 48 hours prior to commencement of any regulated activity. That all erosion and sedimentation control is being installed prior to any site disturbance and be maintained for the duration of construction activities and until the site is sufficiently stabilized to the satisfaction of the zoning enforcement officer. 3, all stockpiles shall be located beyond 25 feet from the critical coastal resource. 4, that the fire pit area be removed and replanted with native dune grasses. Removal and planting shall occur coincidentally and occur no later than June 30th, 2026. In the event that changes to the approved plans are required as a result of other agency committing to support the proposed activity, the Madison Planning and Zoning Commission reserves the right to review said changes and may require modifications of this approval. Commission finds proposal consistent with applicable goals and policies in the Coastal Management Act and Section 25 of the Madison zoning regulations. The applicant's effort to maintain adequate soil and erosion controls during construction activities reduces potential impacts to on-site and adjacent coastal resources. The date of this approval is October 3rd, 2025.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Mike Buckner. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Favor.
Unanimous. Great, thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim.
Okay.
All right, third and final application tonight is 25-24, 139 and 135 Windsor Court, map 91, lots 11 and 38. This is zone OSCD. Owner M Ferrara Development LLC, applicant Thomas A. Stevens and Associates Inc. Lot line revision to previously approved open space conservation district subdivision known as Highgate. And
Yep. Good evening, Chuck Mandel. So Erin did a great staff letter, which really sums it up very quickly. A lot of towns do these lot line revisions administratively. Madison is unique in that it has to go before planning and zoning. This was a open space subdivision on Windward Lane, and it was previous. So there was a shed on the lot that they wanted to save originally, and it fell somewhere within that triangle. We have an older map that shows it. So that bulge in the lot line, that was what was that's the one as it stands now. What we want to do is straighten it out. So it's not exactly perpendicular to the street line, but a little bit closer. And the lots do meet zoning. We went before the health department. You can see the little squares there. Those are all the test pit information. So we do have, and we will be coming, not that before P&Z, but there will be the builder, Mike Ferreira Construction will be, I think his daughter is going to move into one of the houses and the other one he's going to put for sale. But these are two vacant lots that have been there for quite a while. That's pretty much it.
thanks.
Okay.
I think this is pretty straightforward.
It is, yeah.
No pun intended.
Not kidding.
The open space conservation district,
No.
they had a straight line initially, and then I think what happened was that there was a desire not to tear down the existing house prior to filing that subdivision map. And so that's where the funny jog came to keep the house. And then when it was demolished and the shed was demolished, they never went back and switched the
Straight
line. So it is, and it affects the setbacks on the second lot. It's kind of goofy. So makes sense.
Overtaking by. Yes.
All right, any questions or comments? We have a draft approval. Sure. Opposed?
Did one.
John's raising his hand.
Yeah, a motion to approve.
Good, you're there.
What?
I can, yeah, and I can read it if Aaron puts it up on the screen.
Yeah, it's just one little paragraph.
It's short and sweet.
I picked a good one.
Yeah.
The following resolution is offered. Voted that the Madison Planning and Zoning Commission approve application number 25-24, 139 and 135 Windsor Court, map 91, lots 11 and 38, zone OSCD, owner M Ferrara Development LLC, applicant Thomas A. Stevens and Associates Inc., lot line revision to previously approved open space conservation district subdivision known as Highgate, as shown on the above referenced map. Effective date of this approval shall be October 3rd, 2025, and upon filing of signed Mylar on the land records.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
I'll do the second.
Mike Bugda, any discussion? All in favor? Okay.
That's it.
Thanks,
Okay.
Chuck.
Thank you very much. Have a great night. Thank you, Erin.
You too. Okay, next on the agenda is the approval of minutes. Secretary John User.
Sure, the planning zone commission meeting on August 21st, 2024, members President Bugda, Downs, Tuesday, Morgan, Peckinpah, Minecart, and Snow. Motion for approval.
All approved.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Great. Any comments or edits?
No, great.
Everybody's right on target. Corrections that I saw. Vote to approve.
I'll abstain.
Because you're
There.
Everybody was here? Okay, great, thanks.
Thanks. Okay, remarks. Aaron, I just wanted to know if you'd like to give us a little update on zoning regulation revisions.
We've signed a contract.
Signed a contract. That's good.
It's great. We're working on, we decided to wait, the town is exploring, whether or not we can digitize our regulations the same way, in the same fashion that we have, the town code ordinances, online. And so that kind of affects the approach of how we're going to, start
Restructure.
the
Yeah.
regulations.
Yeah.
If we are able to do this, we need to reformat our existing regulations under a new table of contents of how we would like it to look so that we can track all of our changes. And it looks, so far, we've gotten some quotes back from the company. It looks like we're going in the right direction. So I'm excited that we'll be able to offer that because it's really nice to track all of the amendments to regulations, to download particular sections, to pull out one particular section to edit it. It'll be really nice and user-friendly for everybody.
Great.
So I think we'll iron that out over the next couple of weeks and then be able to jump right in. So that early work might be, it will obviously be bringing Tyche on board. John Guskowski is not leading this particular project. His partner, Mike D'Amato, is handling the zoning regulation update aspect. John does some other, the POCDs and more of the master planning. So we'll schedule a meeting to bring Mike on and introduce you all and you can kind of go through what that new approach will be. But yeah, we haven't decided to do a kickoff just yet. We wanted to make sure that we can digitize.
In the meantime, we're getting a little bit of feedback from other organizations in town.
Not formally yet. No,
Yeah,
we
informally.
didn't start any formal, just keeping the other land use related, I guess, committees, EDC, affordable housing. They're all aware that we're going to be getting started and they're all eager to provide some feedback, conservation as well.
Yep.
So yeah, they're all lined up in the queue.
Good. Great.
Aaron?
Yes, Janet.
Can I ask, any movement that you know of on governor's residence? There's no sidewalk yet. No. Nothing.
Just a lot of flags.
Nope, just the deadline of October 31st.
Well, that's why I wondered if there was an update from you, because I know we put that deadline on them.
correct. I do not have an update.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks.
Aaron, I have a question also that Hammonasset Meadows, or I think I got the name of that place right. They were supposed to do cleanup there. Doesn't look like they've really done anything.
It's pretty
Is this the
bad.
marketplace again?
Yes,
Oh, Marketplace, Hammonasset Marketplace, not Meadows.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a mess.
Yep. And we will continue to reach out to, I'll have Maria speak to the attorney for the applicant. We have not had any movement on that project either,
Wow.
at this point. I think some of it is waiting for some other agencies to issue, approvals.
They're all posted on Zillow.
Yep.
Yeah. They are.
So,
Any other questions or comments? If there are none, could I have a motion to adjourn? John Doucette? Second, Andy Rubin, all in favor? We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.